Hello YouTube, I hope everybody's doing great. Today I have something that I never done before, and I started working on my bike project again after I think 3 or 4 years, maybe even 5. And anyway, I converted it from a street racer to a Streetfighter. It's an old Yamaha FCR 600, and I'm converting it to a one-seater and took off all the fairings because they were damaged anyway. And anyway, you will see a picture of the bike sometime in the video when it's finished. And I needed a new fairing for the back, so I came up with this contraption. As you can see, it's a back and side fairing in one piece. And I'm making it out of 2mm aluminum. I know, heavy, but I didn't, that's what I had. And these are my first attempts on making the corners. This was a piece that I cut off that was scrap, and although this is less than ideal, I did get fairly small radiuses. I didn't want any smaller because it's 2mm thick. You're not gonna bend this easily. And then this radius here on the top was too small for my taste, and I wanted a bigger radius, so this one here. And I must say I was able to bend it, obviously, and it came out pretty good. So I had a few challenges. Let me tell you about those. Okay, the first off was that point where I bend it. I have this fairing all overlapping here. So if I bend this thing up, it's gonna hit the table. I did one side, which this piece was over here in mid-air and was no problem, and I either have to take this off and mount it on the other side and move the table and whatnot to be able to do it, and I don't want to do it, and I will attempt to do it with here because this is a little bit bendable. Maybe I can get away with it. Well, unfortunately I already tightened it down. Normally if you build a metal brake, you have, if you go DIY, you use 2 T-angles and then you bend down. But I needed to be able to bend up, because if I bend down I cannot have the other side as well, because if one side is bent down I cannot do the other side. So I think you get the drift, so I had to bend it up. And that's why I used my well, it's a welding table but very thin, and right now it's more a stand for my bandsaw. I used the table as one side of the T profile, and I mounted the hinges on the side of the table and then mounted one L profile onto those. It's less than ideal. Everybody has those big hinges that they weld on, and they do a cutout on the metal and whatnot. I didn't want to go through all that, so this is a hack, so to speak, on a bending. And before I used this profile, rectangular profile, to hold this, to hold the metal down, the aluminum. And then, sorry, you might hear my wife, I'm next door. I told her, she said she forgot. Anyway, I used this, and then I received these tight angle, well, tighter angle corners. So I wanted, like I said, I wanted to have the bigger radius. So I took this scrap. I think it's steel. It's not aluminum. It's metal and steel, galvanized steel probably, and use this as the edge to bend around. As you can see, and I'm using this just to hold the aluminum to the table, because with this I have only a very small piece of pressure point to hold it, and I was afraid I would just move the aluminum either way, forward or back. So that's why I have this here. And I didn't want to weld, so I have no grips. What I'm using as a grip is this adjustable wrench, and I just go like that. Oops, alright. And then bend it up. Now obviously I cannot bend this thing up and make the video at the same time, so I will pause the video, stop the video, and then edit them together. And I get like 80% up from this side because the table starts lifting, and then I go to the squeeze through the back there, and then I pull it towards myself and bend it that way. Obviously this is not ideal. When I had this the other way around, this profile is actually longer on this side, as you can see. So I had two places to grab onto it. Now I have only one. Well, up to midway, because after I pass midway, when this angle is up, I can hold it from here and then help me push it up further. So without further ado, let me stop the video and get to it. So I did lift it a little bit, and now you can see the setup better where the hinges are. And now I can, once I have it halfway, I can use this point from the angle iron and push it further up. I have to switch over here as well because this part is hitting the pipe here. So that's the halfway through, and then next segment you will probably see it all the way up. Okay, now I'm behind the table. I'm gonna pull it towards myself, and I have some wiggle room here, and I hope I can get away with it. I think I will. Once I bend it further up, it will just lift here a little bit, but it will not interfere. So let's get going. I think I got it. Whew. It's kind of workout, because really all I see is people bending 1 millimeter steel sheets, and this is 2 millimeter aluminum, and it's much harder to bend. What I also did for lubrication, because obviously this L profile does scratch the metal, the aluminum. Yeah, these are the scratch marks, nothing bad, but I wanted to avoid that, so I just taped some 5-6 layers of tape over this to make it smoother and softer, and so it will glide. And I did also put one stripe over here, and that is pretty bad stuff. It leaves, oh no, that's just dust. Oh, look at that. Dust attaches to it when you pull it off. Anyway, I got away with it. Look here. I probably have, oh yeah, what I have. This is cut further down, and here I didn't cut it yet. I have this one line I still need to cut. So that's the whole difference. And let's take it out and see how it looks on the bike. What I forgot to mention is to get this at the same angle, I used my geodreieck, I don't know how they're called in English, and just put it here on the 0 on the bottom here, and then measured it, and I have about 98 degrees or 82 degrees depending on which side you're measuring from. So that was that, and let's take it out. Okay, here is my bike. It needs painting and finish off the fairing, which once I bent those side pieces in place, and I will make a slight curve over here. Sorry about the sun, I don't even know what I'm recording. I will make a slight curve to match that seat, and on the side, and well, this will be it. I think overall, once it's painted, now it looks really ugly, I know, sorry about that. And I don't have anything to hold this down here, so it's dangling. Once it's painted, I think it will look nice. Let me show you the front. I got double LED headlights, and I got some mirrors too, some nice mirrors. These are like blade-like handle, brake handles, levers. Unfortunately, my big bike fell right onto here, so I had to shorten this and grind it again, so it looks different from this side. I might grind it here a little flatter as well to make it look like more the same. And this is a gauge that I had bought, which I replace with my own gauge. And the color scheme will be most likely dark dual black, shiny and not shiny black, and our little kittens are happy too. And I just changed the oil. I got a new battery because the other one was dead, and I cannot take it off. Got a new battery, and what I need to is relocate the water reservoir to underneath the seat, make it fit there. And how you call not shiny black? Matte black? No, there was some other name, I can't think of it. Anyway, what I did also, I did change the rear tire. Before it was a wheel with 160 width tire, and this is 180, which barely fit in there. I had to relocate this holder here. I think I have really bad luck now with the sun. Anyway, I had to relocate that to make room for the wheel. Put the fairing down. And it's really tight fit between between here. I got like 2 millimeters spare room. Chain did fit, and well, this whole time actually I was waiting to be able to take it fully apart and be able to paint it, but I don't have really room, so, and I wanted to continue working on it, so I took it out, and I will take off as much as possible. And well, I wanted to take the engine out out of the frame to paint it, but since these pieces here you can undo and take them out, and obviously take the cover off and whatnot, I will paint it like that, old style, like they paint cars when they just tape up the windows and lights and doorknobs and whatnot. We'll probably take out the wheels because I want to paint those as well. The one time it tipped over, it did scratch. Here's a dent. This was a new exhaust. This is actually a car muffler, but it sounds awesome on this bike. So I have this dent here, and got also scratched up a little bit. I will paint that probably as well black, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. So this is my project, and hopefully next time when you see it, it will look much better and be finished. Maybe one step before that, and then final finished step. So if you wanna not miss any updates, hit the subscribe button. No, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.